Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Boozer here. In today's video, I want to showcase a couple teams on my account featuring a past fusion, Emic Trunkheart. So we actually just had him. His main thing is that he has a team unkillable buff as well as a taunt, which is actually kind of important for this build. So he's a really solid champion. I have a couple videos of him in clan boss teams with relatively low champion requirements. So it's actually a very cool champion. I remember when he came out, he has this kind of reset cooldown by 1 turn. It's actually really cool kit overall, and it makes him pretty special. So he was definitely a very good champion to go for. If you have them, congratulations. We can make some teams here today. So this is on my actual account, so you guys know that it's something that I use myself daily now. I tested it pretty extensively and 100% it works. So I want to jump into the team, but I do want to give a shout out to Bronco Raid, which I'll link in the description below. I got the speed tune from that channel, so definitely check out his channel. But I'll show you guys the team here. It's going to be for Iron Twins. Here is the team. So we got 2 Painkeepers. You can see one is level 30, one is level 1, fresh out of the shard. We have a Code Heart, and we have Geomancers. So it doesn't necessarily need to be Code Heart, but Code Heart is actually really good because her animation is quick. I used Newt instead of Code Heart, and it's actually slower overall. So Code Heart so far works pretty good in this kind of team. Geomancer gives insane damage output for Iron Twins, so definitely use Geomancer if you guys have them. I mean, so far nothing really matches anything in terms of damage for Geomancers. Geomancer is definitely the best option for you guys if you guys are looking for damage and speed runs, and this is a speed run. So let's jump into the team setup. Alright guys, so here's the team setup. We got Emic here going at 271. His defensive stats need to be at a certain point where he doesn't die. He doesn't need specific gear like regen or anything like that. There are some builds going around for Iron Twins where he requires regen, and there's a chance for him to kind of fail if he dies or something. But in this build, there's no real crazy requirement. I think 70k HP and like 3k defense is probably enough. 271 speed works. I haven't tested any speed ranges on this team. However, I'm sure there might be other variations of this build around. But I haven't tested anything. I know these speeds work for sure, so best to copy them if you can. Painkeeper 1, 247. You don't need anything on this guy. Painkeeper 2, 250. You don't need anything. I got 8,000 HP on this one. Geomancer 253. You do need accuracy to land against Iron Twins. I think 550 is the minimum I think you should go for. So you definitely go for more than 550 accuracy if you guys can do that. Don't need any other stats on Geomancer. And then Cohort, you want a 223. You don't need accuracy. I got her at 100 crit rate. I don't know why. Probably to allow her to do some more damage on her A1, I guess. But 50k HP I recommend because we will be using her in another team, and usually you want your cohort to be slightly higher HP just in case they're on a team that has a boss that targets the lowest HP champion, for example. You want the crit damage roughly around 225, 230, 240, just so she can basically cap the damage out against the boss. Okay, so that's the team setup and team stats. We'll go over the gear in at the end of the video. I'll show you guys the run here real quick. Jump into it. It's a really quick run. It's against Void. So I want to go over a couple of things here. You definitely don't need masteries on any of them. I actually took masteries off of one Painkeeper, and I took that Painkeeper out completely because I wanted to use that Painkeeper for something else. But you want no masteries, definitely not War Master or Giant Slayer on any of these champions. I left the Giant Slayer Cold Heart in on this team, so it's not optimal to have Giant Slayer. You can use Flawless Execution for extra crit damage, or just have no masteries at all on any champion. So those work the best, because if the damage exceeds certain thresholds on this boss, he will do a cleanse, and then you'll lose Geomancer's HP burn buff. And you don't want that to drop off, because that just increases the runtime on everything. So here, this is a 58-second run. We did a 40-second run earlier today. That means the Geomancer HP burn probably fell off once. We can jump into it and do it one more time. So like I was saying, you could replace the Cold Heart in this comp for like another max HP damage dealer. But like I said, like Newt actually is slower because of his A1 animation. He has to walk up to the boss. It's a bit slower. So yeah, it just kind of works out that Cold Heart feels faster, and it is faster from my testing at least. I think you can try other max HP damage dealers, maybe something like Armager or something. He would be constantly using his max HP hit. If you have like refresh accessories on the Cold Heart or Geomancer, that just increases your consistency or more damage output, which is fine. So this is a 45 second hit. And yeah, it's 100% consistent, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'll show you guys the let's see, I'll show you guys what else we can use this for. Alright, so we can actually use the same Emic for this team against Phantom Shogun 25, and it's going to be a pretty quick run, but it's not going to be the quickest run. There are a couple things I've been testing with this comp that makes it not work 100% for me, but I know this is 100% comp if you have higher blessings. So if you have higher blessings on your champions, it's 100%. If you don't, then it's probably like 50%. Because the problem is the Phantom Shogun boss has a 50% crit rate, and when he crits, he gains the shade counter. And when the shade counter gets kind of when shade counter hits basically over 20, it's almost over, and when it hits 30, it's basically over. So with lower blessings, it's very difficult to keep that shade counter down, because the Shogun will crit very often. And also Narhorn is weak affinity, so he will, there's no chance of weak hits or anything like that. So yeah, he's gonna stack that counter pretty fast. And if you don't have good blessings, I would say at least 4+, you're probably not going to do super well. And I'm saying like 4+ on maybe 3 or 4 of these champions. Like Emic doesn't need blessings, but if you have blessings, it'll definitely make this run a lot smoother. But I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. So he opens, he's going to target Narhorn. He has the most crit damage. And then it's kind of like a back and forth between the taunt and then the unkillable. So you see here, when he does the buff strip, he doesn't have the unkillable up. So he places it after the buff strip. Okay, everything's kind of working okay. Okay, so there's the buff strip, and here comes the unkillable. So it kind of works really well. But like I said, it will come down to whether how many times he crits versus how much blessings you have. So if he never crits and you have low blessings, then this team's gonna work no problem. But if he crits all the time and you don't have not very strong blessings, then you're gonna fail. So right now it's working out pretty good. We'll go over the team presets and all that, and the gearing and stuff. But basically, I just want to show that this team also uses the same Emic from the Iron Twins team. So it's kind of a double duty for the Emic, and it makes a lot of sense for, like, obviously free-to-play players or people that don't want to spend extra resources to build extra champions, to still have a very efficient team and extra use from that champion. So you see our shade counter is actually getting kind of close. Like most of our guys have 1 or 2 blessings only, so it gets very dicey. but I think this one's a win. 16. So we're gonna win this one, I think. Yeah, we will. There we go. Minute 51. This is with 2 cold hearts. Minute 51. You're looking at about minute 40, minute 50 with 2 cold hearts. If this against Shogun, you can have War Master or Giant Slayer. That's good for extra damage. I did 57 seconds with Ninja instead of the second cold heart. He's much faster, obviously, but my Ninja has lower blessings. So with Ninja, I was not able to fully go through a lot of these runs consistently because he only has a 2-star, and then my cold heart has a 3-star, for example. So the blessings do matter. I would say 3 or 4 on everybody would make this a lot more consistent. Let's go over the team setup, and I'll go over some of the gear as well. So here's the team setup. Gnarhorn opens with the unkillable, Emic with the unkillable, and then shield. Painkeeper opens with the reset, and then no A2. Cold Heart, prioritize Heartseeker, turn off the A2. Turn off the A2, prioritize Heartseeker, same thing. So I'll show you guys overall stats here. So yeah, here's the overall stats on the champions. Like I said, for Shogun, War Master, Giant Slayer works fine. You guys want Gnarhorn with the highest crit damage. So Gnarhorn, you want him with the highest crit damage, 173 speed, decent survivability. I would say at least 3k, 60k HP, 3k defense, 60k HP, because he takes the first hit basically like without anything, and if the Shogun crits against him and he dies, and that's kind of it. Like, you'll get a good sense of how much he can survive. But 60k, 3k defense seems no problem, so definitely go for around there. You want him the highest crit damage, of course. He doesn't need anything else. No masteries. Make sure he's fully booked. At least this part is fully booked. Emic, fully booked. Sorry, make sure this part is fully booked. This part, the shield helps. The shield helps keep your group alive if the Shogun starts targeting other things. So that's the other thing too. So make sure your cold hearts especially stay out of range of like getting too low, I think. So make them like 50k HP, so the Shogun doesn't like target them. They want to always target the Gnarhorn or the Emic. I did some runs where the cold hearts start getting targeted. After I boosted up the HP, they were okay. So here's my cold heart. Nothing too special, no accuracies. Like I said, I had Giant Slayer on this. It's bad against Iron Twins, good against Shogun. You don't need 100% crit rate. 100% crit rate gives you a little bit more damage. Here's the Painkeeper that I was using. This one I will spec in War Master to give me a little bit more damage, although it's not really, doesn't really make a big difference. 250 speed, and here's my second cold heart. This one's the slow one, 180 speed. Yeah, make sure she doesn't have more, make sure both cold hearts don't have more crit damage than Gnarhorn. So that's kind of like the only thing that is a big condition, of course. Everything else, you don't need specific sets, you don't need accuracy, you don't need masteries. So that's just couple ways, 2 teams, sorry, that you can use the same Emic. So 271 Emic, you can use this guy in this team. The Shogun team, you can use him in the Iron Twins team. You can also use the 223 Cold Heart from both teams as well. So both of these champions work in both teams, so that's actually double nice. I did build my Ninja for 223, so I used him in place of one of the Cold Hearts. He worked well, like I said, but because only 2-star blessing, it was a little bit more dicey. And then yeah, here's my Geomancer. Sorry, 557, 253 speed. Doesn't really need anything else. 1 refresh for extra consistency, just in case it drops off for some reason, and then he gets a chance to put it back on. pain keepers, whatever garbage gear, and they're not even leveled up. So yeah, so anyways guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the team. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Obviously the champions are pretty free to play. The gear can be free to play ish. Yeah, they don't need any specific sets. They don't need really masteries. They do need books, like Emic needs books and stuff like that. But the good thing is there is, I did make a video on Emic, and he was using 271 speed in that build as well. So he could basically be in a clan boss build, in the Iron Twins build team, and the Shogun team, all with the same speed, 271. So definitely check out my video featuring Emic Trunkheart. It's I believe it's a 1 key, I don't remember exactly, but it might be a 1 key team, all affinities, affinity friendly and all that. Definitely check that out if you guys want to build these two teams out. You guys can use the same Emic for the clan boss team as well. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Did this help you? I mean, I think for me it definitely helped me out, because my Iron Twins went from 2.5-3 minutes down to 50 seconds, which is awesome. I love it. And I haven't done Shogun 25 yet, but this is going to be my answer to Shogun 25. Once I get some more blessings, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the rares, just because they're easier to get. But I haven't been too lucky getting the cold hearts up in the shop or anything like that. So but yeah, that's another thing. It's all good. Anyways, thanks for watching again. I'll see you guys in the next one.